Hey, Purpose. How you doing? Hey, you right up in there. Be purposely fit. Make sure you send me a request. How y'all doing? I know energy. Woo! Nice,
Hello.
nice. Hey! Let me tell you something. My body hurts, but I'm trying.
Yes,
It's your
ma'am.
time to shine. Up, up, up. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, right now is the time to let your people know that we are here with story time with Be Purposely Fit. Hey, 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 Purpose.
Hey,
I see you in the
Keisha.
building. Let me send this out to a couple of people. Let me send this to some
Hi,
people right
guys.
quick. Woo! Yes, the Purpose family is in the building. Yes, that's all right. I see you. I see you. I see you. Okay, finish it. Good. Whew.
Hey, Mike.
Oh, no, you hear what the song
Yes,
says? It's
ma'am.
your time to shine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming here. We're going to cut the music off so we can get going. I want to thank you for coming in tonight. It has been a heck of a day for me. A fitness kind of day, and that's so appropriate to have you today because I'm wiped out. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are on your fitness journey, then you understand how it feels when you put it all on the line that day. And that's kind of like what I did today. I just came from my Aqua Zumba, and I'm telling you, I'm worn out. But I want to say welcome to this young lady right here. She goes by the name of Be Purposely Fit. And we're going to get the story behind that name. We're going to get the story behind her and how she got to where she is
Yes.
today. Because everybody has a story. So I would like for you to take a moment to explain to the people a little bit about your background, a little bit about how you got here, and let's get
Okay,
this
well,
thing
first of all, I'll go by Be
started.
Purposely Fit. Um, the story behind that, let's back up. The reason why I got into fitness or back into fitness is because I was in a verbally abusive relationship. Before getting into that relationship, I was kind of fit, worked out or whatever, but you get comfortable being in love and all this, and I started eating bad because that gentleman or that person would stop me from going and working out or being on my purpose, um, telling me what I can and cannot do, treating me like I'm a little kid, shutting me down, blocking me from my purpose. So I gained the weight back. I think I was almost 200 something pounds when I got out of the relationship, about 220 when I got out of the relationship. So something just told me get out, because I was almost to a point to where I thought I was having a heart attack. So I'm like, you know what? This is not healthy.
Oh my
I have a
goodness.
child that I need to take care of and be there for. So I got out of the relationship, and instead of, you know, having a pity party, I got back in the gym. And
So you were already into fitness. You were already a fitness
yes.
fanatic, so to speak. Before you got in a relationship, you were pretty much in shape. You already had been on your way. And then what happened? Why would he want to discourage you? I mean, because there are probably some people out here that don't have any support. How did that feel? Let's talk about that for a minute. How was you able to keep going even though you had a naysayer right in your own home?
I think it was hard. It was hard. It was hard to keep going, but I think I kept going because, or being there is because of, like, he had kids and I had a child. So I think I stayed there for that. But I would try to, like, kind of watch what I ate, but then it's like when you have two different lifestyles, sometimes it was hard. But that's a whole different story. But um, it was hard. It was very hard. But, something just told me, like, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like, this is my life on the line. I have to get out and I have to do something. And I did.
Well, that's good. I'm proud of you for doing that because I'm sure a lot of people that are in the home, everybody in the
Mm-mm.
home is not on the same fitness journey. So a lot of people have to separate themselves. They have to have their own separate menu. They have to make their own choices and they have to apply discipline. So you said it was hard, but you did it. So if somebody's watching this and they're in the same situation that you was in, how would you first tell them to begin to get out of it and to do what they need to do to
I
stay
mean,
on
it's
their own
just,
journey and
you just
eat what
have
they're supposed
to,
to
I
eat and
mean,
do what they're
you
supposed
just
to
have
do.
to substitute different things. I'm not saying you have to quit cold turkey. You just have to substitute. And it also goes back to, it's not what you eat, it's how much you eat. And I always tell people, like, I'm a personal trainer. I'm like, you don't have to start cold turkey. Okay. If you go and get a hamburger, don't get a jumbo burger, get a regular size or a kid's meal. You know, it, it balances out, you know, you just have to do those pros and cons. That's what I did. It worked for a while. He got on that journey, and then it's right back to the same old thing: eating fast foods, eating late, eating this. It's like I had enough of it. So, I mean, you just have to. You got to look at it the health, the healthy way. Get your blood work done. Get physicals. You know, on a regular.
Blood work is very important. I know I talked about that with Dina. Blood work, I talked about that with another young lady the other day. Let's talk about that. The preliminary. So somebody is wanting to make their mind up, you're a personal trainer. If they came to you, what's the first thing you're going to ask them to find out if they're really serious about this?
They're gonna have to show me. You're gonna have to show me before you can tell me. I want to see you put in the work. I don't, no complaining, no, none of that. I mean, if you want to put in the work, you have to dedicate. It's hard. The hard part is getting up and doing. Of course, I know you probably know that too, but the hard part is getting up and doing the workout. That's the hard part. So, basically, I want to know, like, what their goal is. If they have any, like, medical history or anything like that, then we can work towards it, of course, because eating cleaner and exercising on a regular, that can help drop down your lab work or anything like that.
And I see you. I see the videos, girl. I see you. You are using a lot of equipment. You're using the weight. Everybody can't do weight. Some people do exercise. So do you gradually start people out with just
Yeah,
exercise before you put them on weights?
you can use body weight. I tell people that all the time. People's like, oh my God, I can't train like you. Well, what I'm doing is going to be totally different from what you're doing. But you can use body weight. Body weight works just the same. You just have to use your body as a resistance. So no, you don't always have to use weight. You can always use your body weight. You can use household items if you don't go to the gym. I mean, a water bottle. You can use a water bottle as weights. You can use your canned goods. So you don't necessarily have to use weights.
So it sounds like you're saying don't make excuses, make
Correct.
adjustments.
Correct.
Period. Make adjustments. So if you want it, do
Mm-hmm.
it, find a way, get it done, and just start. Like, make up your mind and just start. Like, would you say that's the biggest challenge for
Mm-hmm.
most people is the decision to
Yeah,
just
it's
get
an
started?
addiction. I'm not gonna lie, it's an addiction. I'm down. I sprung my back the other day, and I didn't go today just because I went yesterday, and it felt good, but I didn't go today because I'm like, I don't want to overdo it. So it's an addiction. It's a very it's
So
an
once you
addiction
start, it's
because
an
you feel
addiction. You
different.
feel
You
it,
it, it makes you,
and
when you do go out and work out, you feel a certain type of way. If I don't go and work out, I feel a certain type of way. But it's just like you have that energy, and you just have a goal. You feel different. You look different. I mean, it's an addiction. It's very well an addiction.
so I want to touch base back on what you said in the beginning because that's important. This all came about. You had to move yourself out of a domestic
verbally abuse.
violence situation. That's what it was. That's domestic violence. Whether it's verbal abuse, whether they're hitting on you, that all falls up under
Yes.
domestic violence. How long did you put up with that before you
Whew.
decided to get away?
I think it was probably, I was in a relationship for 8 years, but I think it probably started 6 or 7 years. It lasted about 6 or 7 years.
So for 6 years or 7 years, you felt
Mm-hmm.
abused. You felt like this person was crossing boundaries, speaking you some kind of way,
Mm-hmm.
talking down to you, making you feel something. Why did you put up with that? Because so many people put up with it.
It
Was it
wasn't fear.
fear?
I think I stayed because of the kids. Like, his kids and I had a very close bond, and my daughter had a very close bond, and I think that's why I stayed. Um, because I mean that was just it. And I'm thinking, oh, he's gonna change. We're gonna go to counseling. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Yeah, we went to counseling, but it didn't last, you know. And like I said, I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I was like, I'm done. I'm out. I'm out. I
And so many women do that. So many women stay because of the children. But did the
mhm
children see any of this? So now, when you speak to other women, because I know that you help
mhm.
other women that are going through this now, what do you tell them to
I
do
just tell them,
differently?
like, to look at the situation, like, if you can't be with someone or be in a relationship with someone and speak your mind or your opinion or anything, or if they're body shaming you, that's not healthy. You know, your kids see that, you know. My daughter saw it, his kids saw it, so that's not healthy, you know. And it took me, I mean, I took the self-improvement class, and it really helped me because I know I can put myself first now, you know. But it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all.
And and now working out, do you take it out? Do you somehow take the, I don't want to call it anger, but the energy, and do you put it all out there in the workout, like everything that you went through? Do you take it out? Is that a good uh, way of getting it out now by doing the
Anything
working
that
out?
I
Would you
have
say?
negative, well, I try not to be negative. I leave it on the gym floor. I leave it on the gym floor. But now,
So
like,
that
my working
motivates you.
out is, I dedicate sometimes my workouts towards people that are going through what I went through, to show them, hey, if I can do it, you can do it. You can get out of it. It may hurt for a little bit, but hey, I have a lot more positive people behind me that understood where I was coming from, and this, you know, they're very supportive. But yeah, and going to counseling, I
Yes,
mean,
yes, I
I went to
see, and I
counseling, and it helps. It very, I mean, don't be afraid. Oh, counseling's not for you. Hey, it's for anybody. It helps. It helps.
And so I know we're talking about fitness, but in the beginning, she talked about she was in a verbally abusive relationship. So I'm touching base on this in case anybody hears this that has been through that. We want to
Hmm.
make sure that we reach you and let this be very intentional for you so that you can exit also. So there's some exit strategies that need to take place. Did you have to strategize to leave?
He was in my house. I mean, I just told him, like, you know, hey,
Oh, okay.
I I love you, but I'm not in love with you. This relationship is not healthy. You know, I can't do this anymore. I cannot do it. I can't. And it felt like a
Good
weight,
evening.
like, lifted off my shoulders, you know? And so I remember, you know, him leaving, and I called my cousin, which she's into bodybuilding, and I was like, hey, I need a meal plan. I need a meal plan, I need a workout plan. And so after that, like, I started, like, working out and losing the weight, you know. And she was like, okay, you're gonna do a show. I was like, okay, bet, you know, I'm gonna do it. So from the time that I started the diet, I was like 220. When I stepped on stage, I was 155. So,
Wow. So you did it all. Now there's a question there that I see. It says, how do you get their voice out of your head?
you just I had to write a letter to him. I didn't send it. I wrote a letter to him explaining, like, how I felt. And and then counseling, it helped, like, to get it all out. That's how I got it out. I had,
So you wrote the letter as
right,
though you were
explaining,
talking
getting
to him
everything out, talking
and
about
said
it.
everything
I
that you
mean,
felt.
just everything that hurt me, everything that hurt me. And then, basically, starting to put myself first. And there you have it. I don't hear them anymore. Don't hear them anymore.
Wow. And so now you
I
compete
did
with your
in
fitness?
2014. I did my first show, got third place. Right now, due to my job, my
Wow,
career,
nice.
it's kind of hard for me to compete. But I encourage anybody to, and compete one time, because it's amazing. It's amazing what you go through, what your body goes through, the transformation, everything.
So I see a lot of
Hmm.
women in the gym now when I go. I see a lot of women that, you can see the women they're working out. You can see it. You can see it in their body frame and everything. So talk about that for a minute for those who might not know what that entails. What type of competitions are there? How much experience do you need to have before you think about doing a competition? Do you have to have been working out for a long time? Do you need to be a
You
certain
don't. You can
size?
be. They have, it's figure, it's bodybuilding. I mean, figure. Yes, like bodybuilding, it's more masculine. Bikini girl, you don't have to be experienced. You don't. It takes a lot of dedication, a lot of discipline. Um, I remember when I did it, people say at the wrong time, but it was Thanksgiving. I remember Christmas, New Year's, so I couldn't have what everybody else ate, So I had, that was a test. It was a test for me. So you have to be disciplined. You have to stick with the diet. You working out 6 times a week, maybe 2-3 times a day when it gets closer, sometimes 4 times a day. Your only rest day was on Sunday, but you had to also prep your meals, so it was hard. It was hard, but it was worth it.
Meal prepping. Meal prepping, I know for me, is a challenge because you have to be intentional. You have to go
Hmm.
shopping specifically, and you have to fix that food for a couple of days ahead. And it does help when you meal prep because then when you want to have a snack or you
Right.
want to do something, it's already there, and you don't have to make a bad decision because you already prepared everything. You already went and bought it. So you're doing a lot of fruits and vegetables and
Well,
natural
when I was competing, I
fruits.
didn't. I didn't. I did a lot of
Okay.
oatmeal, cream of rice, egg whites, um, chicken, fish, asparagus, spinach, sweet potatoes. I did a lot of that. I mean, last couple of weeks, I was doing nothing but fish and asparagus. That's, that's all I did. And I would drink at least, I think I got up to 2 gallons of water a day. So,
You know, they say you
mhm.
have to drink half your body weight. A lot of people think it's hard, but in the summertime, it's a lot easier. Did you have a challenge with that, starting out drinking
Um,
all that water?
at first I did. I'm not gonna lie, I cried. Even eating all the food the first couple of weeks, I cried because I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna eat all this food because I had to eat 6 meals a day. So it's like, every 3 hours I was eating. So it's like, how I'm gonna eat my breakfast when it's almost time for me to eat my second meal. You know what I'm saying? It's like I cried, but once you get closer and closer to competition, they start cutting back of how much you're eating. So it's like your body starts like, wait, it's time to eat. So it's like, like I'm watching my watch, looking at the time, like, okay, is it time for me to eat yet? So I mean, you get used to it. You get used to it.
I see a question here. It says, "Does coming from a verbal abusive relationship affect your relationship or dating
It can,
now?"
yes, it can. Being that I couldn't speak my opinion, I tend to hold back what I'm thinking. but I'm working on that. So, I mean, that's with anybody, not even being in a relationship, but just talking. Like I would never, like, I would think that what I was saying wasn't okay. Because like I said, being in that relationship, I felt like I was a kid. Like, like, no, that's not what you say, or, or just name calling or just body shaming or anything like that. So yeah, it very well does affect being in a relationship or dating.
How did you overcome that? Or do you feel like you're still
I
overcoming?
overcame by, like I said, working out, therapy, and taking the self-improvement course. I took that and it helped me to realize that my voice matters. I put myself first.
So, so I hear you talking about self-improvement quite a bit. Tell us about that self-improvement
I
course.
recommend anybody to take it. If you are going through any childhood trauma, abusive relationship, anything, take it, because it's tools there to teach you, to where you put yourself first and to overcome those obstacles in life.
And put purpose, if you will, if you will put the information in the comments so that if anybody is interested, they can definitely inquire about the
Yes.
self-improvement challenge. So Be Purposely Fit is talking about fitness and how she figured out this was a purpose. So when did you decide that this was your purpose, that your purpose was to be fit, and exactly what is your purpose? When you say, I want to be purposely fit,
Be
what does all
purposely
that entail?
fit. Well, I decided back when I got out of the relationship in like 2014, but I knew that I loved working out. And being in that relationship, I wanted to be a personal trainer, but I got shut down. But after taking the self-improvement course, and like, you know what, my opinion does matter. How I want, like what I want to do in life, it does matter no matter what your age is. So Be Purposely Fit is, where I came up with the name. Like, I want to be fit. It's a purpose. I want to help other women to overcome obstacles in their life. No matter what they're going through, you can find that in fitness. Like, that's like a therapy to me. You can go work out. I want to teach women how to go to the gym and work out to overcome different obstacles in their life.
I think it's a great way to I use it all the time to take out your frustration, to push yourself. I put some music in my ears and I just go and I just push myself. Do
I
you
sure
listen to
do.
music when you
Yes,
work
I
out
listen to music.
or anything? You think that helps individuals? That you think that would be recommended that they listen to something when they're doing it to take their
Yeah,
mind
I
off of
mean
what they're doing?
that, or either if you have because I do work out with people, so if you also have somebody that you work out with, get a gym buddy. That's that will help too. That'll help also. But yes, most definitely.
Yeah. But you, but I'm gonna tell you something. I go by myself, and I'm so proud of myself for that because I push myself and I go. Because if you
Hmm.
start out with someone, then you might lack a little self motivation. So I think it's pretty cool if you start out by yourself and then you
Hmm.
find someone to go along with you. But if they don't
Right.
go, then you just go anyway. So I'm really excited because I do everything by myself, and I think that's major. And I think there are a lot of people who would probably start, but they lack self motivation. Is there any words of encouragement you can give to someone who just may be lacking that self
Just get out there
motivation?
and do it. Like, I mean, before, like when I first started out, I was going by myself, and I would post myself at the gym, and people are like, you have those people like, oh my God, like, you know send your post, keep posting, because that motivates me to go to the gym. Or you have the other ones that are being negative. I'm like, I'm not worried about y'all. I'm worried about the ones that I can reach out to, that that want to work out. If you have an outfit that you hadn't worn in months or years, put that outfit out and work
Yes.
towards that outfit, because
Yes.
I tell a lot of women
Yes.
that we, as women, we lose inches before we lose weight, so um
Wow.
go get that dress, or go buy a dress that's like a few sizes smaller, and work towards getting into that dress.
Yes, I think that's good. And Joe, since I see you here, if you want to say anything and add anything, I'm sure that Be Purposely Fit will welcome you to come up and add any additional comments about the Self Improvement Challenge or about how you've seen her grow. Because for those who don't know, Purpose and Resilience is the young man who is one of the creators of the Self Improvement Challenge that you hear her speaking of so highly, that helped her to overcome the verbally abusive relationship and to just understand her purpose. Like, I want to talk about that a little bit because some people just don't know what their purpose is. They don't know how to find it. They're
Mm-hmm.
just out here existing. They just get up every day to go to a job. They go through their normal routine, and they don't have a clue about what their purpose is. Do you help people to find their purpose as well, or just finding their purpose in fitness? I know Joe and his program helps people to really figure out what their purpose is, and I know uh,
Mm-hmm.
that's an amazing thing. You have to figure out what your purpose is, or else you're
Exactly.
wasting time and energy. You won't be
Not at
happy.
all.
You won't be happy. So let me ask you this: what type of competition was it that you did? What
I
kind
was
of body part was
It
it?
was
Weights?
figure is
What was it?
what you do is, of course, like I said, the meals. You have to do the meals. You have to do the workout. Um, I think I did it probably 9 months of getting ready for this show. Um, and what I did is just got on stage and posed. We had like competition suits, and you just pose, and they judge you by your muscle, your striation, and it's 10 minutes on stage, and that's it. And then you come back, and then they judge you like,
Yes.
okay, this is first, and they critique you. So, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
Patricia, yes, I'm so proud of you because you said you're not a self motivator, so you brought a gym to your home. But you are a self motivator because to do that,
Yes.
you have to give yourself credit. Because if you weren't a self motivator, you wouldn't have done that. So recognize and acknowledge that you are a self motivator because you took the initiative and you went and you purchased the
Mm-hmm.
equipment and you brought it to your home. A self
Yes.
motivator does that. You see what I'm saying? A person who's not a self motivator would have sat around the house moping and saying, man, I want to work out, but I can't, it's COVID, or whatever, made excuses. You didn't do that. You were proactive. So salute to you. And I want you to recognize that because I want you to acknowledge that. And I want you to
Mm-hmm.
give yourself credit for that because you
Right.
are a self motivator. Thanks for love. Recognize that, please. You know. And you ever thought about doing any competition, Diggs? Because I know I never thought about it. When I see some of the women nowadays, I go, oh, okay. They really getting
Yes.
their stuff in shape. You know. I probably, is there a competition, a lot of competitions now
Yes,
in
it
different
is.
states?
It's not, you can do like a wellness, like a transformation. I've seen those where you don't really have to go out and lift the weights and stuff. It's just basically showing how you transform your body, like just like losing weight. I mean, it's different ones. It's different organizations. There's pros, there's amateur, there's novice. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot of them out there. But I just say, I would
Okay.
recommend, if you have any in your area, I would recommend going and just watching first to see, how it all works, and that right there, it will motivate you, because that's what I did. I went to a big show before. When I was prepping, I went to a big show in Houston, and I was like, man, like it was all ages, body types, and age. Age had nothing to do with it. It was everybody out there. So
I I think age would be probably something. Purpose, I see your request. I'm trying to get it. It's telling me you're unable to join. Send it again. I'm accepting it, but I don't know why it's acting like that. You know, sometimes Instagram gets stupid. I'm accepting it. Uh, but now it says, okay, there
All
you
right, there
go.
you go.
It was telling me I have no request, but there you go. So there you go.
Hey, what's
Hi,
going
how you
on?
doing there? How are you?
What's going on?
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are so excited to have this young man here. His name is Joe. He is purpose and resilient. And when you heard the young lady talking about self improvement, she spoke about what helped her to get over what she went through in an abusive relationship. She talked about finding her purpose. And this young man's program helped her to do that. So I would love it if you would take a moment and introduce yourself and tell the people who you are,
Oh,
what you do, what your program is all about,
I'm
please.
purpose.
And tell us about what you see in her and the before and after, because that's a testament to your program, because you have a person here who actually successfully completed it.
Okay, my purpose and resilience. I started. I'm co-founder of the Self Improvement Challenge. It's a 30-day challenge. It's hard. It's not easier for a lot of people to get in. We deal with everything. The premise and the most important, the goal of our program and our challenge is putting yourself first. Most people don't know how to do that. Most people put 1,000 different people before themselves. And because of that, they suffer, right? I tried to teach people to put number one first, and you'll find out that a lot of stuff can be fixed, right? And putting yourself first is not you going buying stuff or buying everything. It's about eating right. It's about meditation. It's about talking to your creator. It's about a lot more than you pointing your finger at people and telling people what I won't do and establishing boundaries and, touting your boundaries. No, that's not putting yourself first. We really get to the root of the stuff. You get it. A lot of times you're going to hear a lot of things in my course. A lot of people don't graduate my course. Don't do it. I'll tell anybody, to be very honest with you, you will be challenged in ways that you won't understand. And you're held accountable to a highest level of self. Don't join my course. It's not for you. If you're thinking you just want something to kickstart a diet, if you're thinking you want something to hey, what's up, Kayla? How you doing? You want the Kickstarter diet or you want this and that, this is not the course for you. Go find somebody else. This is not the course for you. This is about 100% self.
So this young lady over here,
Yeah.
wow. So this young lady you purposely fit came to your program. You know how broken she was. Tell us about her before and her now.
She's not that broken. What she was is that she didn't understand. Most like everybody who comes in the course, you don't understand yourself. I mean, now she's the fitness instructor for it. She needed to learn how to put herself first, like everybody does. And when you realize the proper way of putting yourself through diet, exercise, and also mental clarity and doing meditation and mindset, not mental clarity, mindset, you become a different person. She had a lot of the stuff that most people have, that deal with verbal abuse and physical abuse. I have from CEOs to the janitors come through my course. Most of them don't make it. And because when you realize that you face your stuff, most people spend a lifetime running away from their demons, man. I say turn around and fight
Mm,
back. And I don't care who you are, you
wow.
know? And when you get in there and they say, well, wait a minute, I didn't know I have to deal with this. And she came in and she dealt with her stuff, and just like all my graduates and all my Lions that graduate, hey, I'm proud of them because it is truly the very few that get to the mountaintop. A lot of people are full of it, man. A lot of people are liars to themselves. And they when they're faced with somebody that asks a direct question, they fold, Chris.
I Somebody said, where are you located?
Well, I'm in the DMV area, but my thing is online. It's not going to be. We're not doing another course until I finish this book. So I got a long ways to go. So we shutting everything down until we legitimize a lot of stuff, and it's already a waiting list. And I don't know what Boss Lady and Be Purposeful Fit they're going to do with the waiting list. I let them make those decisions. Those are higher than me. Or excuse me, what Dina do? Those higher than me. But everything's shut down until I finish this book. If this book does not get finished, then it won't happen.
And
Huh?
She's in the young lady who asked, she's in the
Oh yeah, I'm in the
too. So if anybody is interested in getting on the waiting list, who would be the perfect candidate for this particular course?
You want the truth?
Yes.
The person who's sick and tired of being sick and tired and would do anything to get out of where they at. They want to be free. Mm-hmm. If you don't want to be free, don't join my course. If you're looking for
free from what?
From your own self.
Free from
your
what?
own self prison. We put ourselves in prisons. No one can do anything for us. You know, Be Purposely Fit. She was living in a prison. I was living in a prison. Most people don't understand that they live in a prison with the door open. So don't join my course. Don't come to my course if you're not willing to walk out that prison. And that means waking up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, mm-hmm. getting ahead of the day. That means going plant-based. That's
Wow. Somebody just put a comment. Yeah. Somebody said, Lisa said, I was a part of the first course. It's challenging, but trust me, the benefits are huge for your growth. And I'm in.
Yeah, she was. Wow. And I'm going to tell you something about Lisa. Lisa's my very first lion that we graduated when it was a concept.
Wow.
And let me tell you, we stayed up so long, the sun would come up behind Lisa. And we'd be on there 6, 7 hours working through some stuff, going through it, because that's sacrifice and dedication. That's how bad she wanted it. Mm-hmm. And if you see Lisa now, if I show a picture from where she was at when she first started to now, you wouldn't notice that that's the same. That's not the same person. It really, literally not. But she's amazing, you know. So I tell people, don't come to my course. This ain't some place where you come in, you know, we're gonna sing Kumbaya and talk about men ain't this and women ain't that. I don't want to hear none of that, because it's all, at the end of the day, it's 100% your fault, and you have to accept it.
Sandy said, if you're looking for your
Sandy's one of my greatest supporters. I love me some Sandy. Sandy's been supporting, rocking with me, and believing in me when no one did. There's very few people. And that's why I tell people they don't know how to do. You know.
So listen, Sandy, Lisa, any of you guys, if any of you, you know, want to say anything to Joe about what this course did for you, or you want to speak on behalf of the course, feel free to send me a request. I would love to let the world know what this course did for you, and you know, let Joe know how grateful you are to him. So the floor is open if you would like to do that. I see that y'all are in here, and she said to you, "Thank you, Joe."
Oh, no problem.
She said, "Oh,
thank you."
So I'm so excited that you're doing the book about the course about.
No, it's actually going to be something I want to work on. I want to create a functioning journal. I don't want the journals that I see that's out here today are completely trash. I want to be able to, if you read my journal and you read everything, you get to the root of what needs to happen to you. So I need this done before I start anything. Boss Lady does not play. She says, before we go any further, this needs to be done. So it's going to take me a while because I got to structure it. But yeah, I want this book to come out, because I just think the stuff that's out there is full of it. I think the people who are just out there, you know, just taking people's money, you know, and it's okay because people are looking for answers, but people don't want to hold them accountable. You know, and what helped me from my mentor, my late great mentor, was he held me accountable. He called me out on my stuff. You know, I go to him at 375 pounds and telling him fix me. He said, "You overweight," and called me and said, "This is what you need to do. This is what you need to do." And my body was a representation of my lack of putting myself first. You think somebody want to walk around at 375? No.
I was going to say 375 pounds. You don't look nowhere
No,
near
I know
that.
I lost a lot of weight. So yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I don't, you know.
So together, y'all are offering people fitness. So is that fitness available now, even
Yes,
though
ma'am.
the
I
course is
also
not
do
available?
online fitness, personal training, and it comes with a meal plan. So if anybody that wants to just be a better version of yourself, just you can hit me up. My email is bepurposelyfit@yahoo.com. Send me an email. Of course, shout out Crystal, like we go over what your goals are, and I just try to help you to be a better version of yourself.
And you can type that in there. I'll pin that. So if you are interested, and they could be anywhere. They could be in
Correct.
any city or state, right? Is there a fee for them to
Right
do
now
this?
with for the training, it'll be 45 and that includes like your meal plan and everything. We'll just go over
Well, that's
and I think
excellent.
it's like 15 minutes consultations. You will have to send me your weigh in once a week. Show me that you're working out. Show me that you're working
Can I say something? I got to say this,
Yes.
right? To anybody watching, I pay my personal trainer. Let me tell you what I don't get. I don't get someone checking my weight. I don't get personal consults. I pay upwards of $800. I pay $800 for what she's giving for 45. And this is the thing that people do. You see, because we like to lowball people. People who are as good as her, and I don't get nowhere near what y'all get for $45. I just cut a check for $800. That's only gonna last me, I think what purpose took 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
That's 4 months. I have to cut another check for $800. That's meal plan, that's weekly weigh-ins, that's 1 hour workouts, that's also consultation, that's updates. And I give this man $800. Let me tell you something. If you don't have $45 to give somebody for yourself, you're not ready for my course. Don't DM me. I'm telling you, don't. You're not ready. You're gonna waste my time and I'm gonna call you out. I tell anybody, that's $45 you're getting somebody that's actually gonna create a meal plan for you, create and talk to you, and walk you through the whole process of you getting healthy.
Mm-hmm.
This is a lifestyle. That means that you have to put in the work. I tell people, even with Dina, if you talk to Dina wakes up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, the same as me, right? Wake up and her day starts at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. She doesn't get finished until it's like 10 o'clock at night. I'm over there doing the same. I have to clean out my kitchen. Why? Because this is what it's about. I have to clean this entire kitchen out because I want to start my day off because my day is extremely busy. So if you don't have $45 and you're not serious, don't waste nobody's time. Just sit back and just do what you want to do,
Well,
you know?
yeah, I respect that. Now, there's a young lady that came in here, Queen on the Rolling Throne. She represents the disabled community. Oh, she's in a wheelchair. Do you guys have anything for the disabled community with the fitness and this program?
Anybody's welcome.
Anybody? Yeah.
Anybody. We had somebody in here that was disabled.
Yes.
They got it done. The first class, they got it done. When you want it bad enough, and she got it done. I don't know how she did it. She got it done. She has one kidney, and I don't want to say her name, but she had one kidney. She has to take 30 medications a day. She couldn't walk, but she would get her butt up and walk. Now, mind you, we will be online until 2 o'clock in the morning. They got to wake back up at 3, and she would go and post. And I have videos to prove where she's crying in tears because she couldn't walk.
Wow.
If you want it bad enough, you'll do it. So if that woman, just say what she is, she did it. She one of my first original lines, and they had it worse. They had to work out almost 3 times a day, and they had it even worse because they had to drink smoothies. So imagine you sick and you tired and you want to go through this stuff, and she would sit there and be tired. We had a person who just beat cancer. She's a cancer survivor. Beat it. There's no excuse. My course is not for our course is not for people who are not serious. You just want to sit around and talk. Take that somewhere else, man. We're about healing the right way. And my methods is maybe direct and brash, but this is how you're supposed to be in life. Isn't not being healed not something to be serious about? You know what I'm saying? Look, see, Lisa says, still do my smoothies every day. Yeah. My first original,
still do her.
they still do. My first lines, they're doing
great.
it. They don't have no time for me. I be calling them. They ain't got time for me. And that's how they supposed to be. My second line's the same way. All my lions that graduate my course, we talk about everything from relationship and everything.
If you just checked in, like Queen on a Rolling Stone, we're talking about being purposely fit. We're talking about knowing your purpose. We're talking about a program, a self-improvement program that is in existence online that you can register for if you are looking for peace, if you're looking for a way out, if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And this young lady on my left is a fitness personal trainer that will help you. She will give you meal plans, and she will help you and do personal consultations. You will center your weight. This young man on the right, he designed the program, and if you are interested, there is a waiting list right now because they are waiting before they do the next class. That's probably maybe 2023.
No, I'm looking at what we was looking at August. Well, Dina takes her sabbatical. We don't move unless Dina says so. So Dina takes her sabbatical usually around August. She don't come back until like maybe October. So the end of August, she usually take her sabbatical, and then because I'm on a sabbatical now, we rotate. And but
so everybody gets their break.
Everybody. We usually like to give the summer times to everybody so everybody can chill, and then we come back. But Boss Lady, she said that no one is to move until I finish this book, and also there's going to be a journal that goes along with the course too. So I'm working on 2 things.
Oh, nice.
So it's a lot, man. I don't have a lot of time, So yeah, it's going to be a while. But there's a waiting list of, like, last time I checked yesterday, 301 people. That.
Is there age requirement? Is there
yes,
age
it is.
Certain
yes,
sex?
Yeah, it is. You got to be at least 21. Realistically, you can't. I mean, we haven't decided if we're going to open up to a youth program, which I'm leaning towards based on everything I'm seeing out here in this world. We're thinking about adding a youth program, and that will probably be ages 25 and below. Because let's be honest, how much stuff you got to really go through at that age. And that's a little bit more light for them. But I try to have people to be at a certain age, at least 35, to give me something to work with. But I'm really thinking about just turning my youth program into a mentorship program where I just work with the youth for about 90 days. That's all I need to get them right. You know what I'm saying? So I may end up turning that to a youth program. But people got to be able to afford to put themselves first. And that's expensive because we got to reverse some stuff. We got to reverse engineer some things. That means that we got to throw away that old blueprint you got. So you're going to spend some money on yourself, to reverse all that. So, I mean, the realistically, the amount of money, how much they spend maybe $100 a week on themselves, because that's food, whether it's gym membership, purpose. If you got a purpose, you cannot leave my course without having a purpose. You will fail. If you come in there talking about it has to be something. Why are you wasting my time? So if you do not have a purpose, then we have nothing to work on. I'm not going to sit around and just talk all day. So You got to have something to work towards it. So we got to build it. If you have a young lady who wants to be an interior designer, guess what? Let's work on that. We have one of my good friends, were fast friends, and she ended up being one of the spokespersons. She's helping me redesign my house because she's an interior decorator. That's a skill. That's a talent. She's also an amazing orator. So she's the face of purpose and resilience right now. So everybody has these talents, even Linda, she is the legal team. She does all the legal paperwork and look at everything.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have a purpose, you can't be what's
that's
not.
awesome. That's awesome. So now let me ask you this: be purposely fit. People need to have a purpose when they decide that they want to start
Correct.
working out. Correct? They don't just need to decide that they're just saying I want to lose weight is not enough. Is that correct? They have to have more of a purpose, whether it's to be healthy, whether it's to lose a particular inches. I mean, can you talk about that for a minute? What are some of the specifics people need to be thinking of when they're being very intentional and strategic about being purposely fit and changing and transforming their body?
It's all over. Like, people come to me all the time. Oh, I just want to work on my legs. That's not going to happen, because you're going to have to work all over. It's all going to play a part. And like I was saying earlier, women, they say, oh, I want to weigh this certain amount, but women will lose inches before they lose pounds. Men, they'll lose pounds before inches. So they have to look at it that way. And like I told women, don't get discouraged when you get on the scale and you may be weighing more than what you were, but how do you feel overall? That's the most important part, is how do you feel overall? How does your clothes fit? Set your goal big, set it big, and then just work your way up, there. You'll see it. You'll feel a whole lot better. I mean, it's times like when I work, like I said, I work shift work. I don't go to the gym. I feel a certain type of way. I can't make it to the gym, but I have weights here in my house. I have bands. I'm going to do something, even if you don't have a gym membership, if you're sitting there watching TV, when a commercial comes on, pick up anything. Like I said, pick up a water bottle, anything. Pick up your kid, pick up your dog, flex with, do squats, air squats, anything. It's just, it's something is better than nothing.
Wow. Let me ask you this question. How often do you get somebody that comes to you and you can tell that they're motivated because of what somebody else wants for them? Like, they're losing weight because somebody told them they don't look a good size. They're not doing it for themselves. How do you figure that out when somebody is coming for the wrong reason?
That just strikes a nerve in me. I mean, you have to do it I tell people, you have to do it for yourself. I mean, because that's basically how it was. That was part of my issue with the verbal abuse relationship. Okay, when you met me, I was smaller. In the relationship, I gained weight, and that was something that he told me. You'll never lose weight. You'll always be fat. And I'm like, but I'm like, okay, whatever. That went over my head. But then now that I thought about it, I'm like, that wasn't right. So getting out of the relationship, that pushed me harder to lose the weight and to get back to where I was and to being healthy. So, I mean, you have to do it for yourself. Don't do it for anybody else. You have to want it. You have to do it for yourself.
You know what? I'm gonna say something that I'm teeter-tottering with that. And here's why. A lot of times, some people's motivation is to get back at an ex. Some people's motivation is to get back at a significant other, or to prove somebody wrong. So, but yet through the journey, they realize that it's about them. Right?
Wow.
And
wow.
I used to be, well, no, I wasn't like that. I always say that I was too stupid to listen to people, right? Because I never was that person who cared. I always did what I wanted to do. So when people would tell me negative things, I just didn't care, because I didn't believe it. It wasn't my belief system. So when people come in my course they come to me in a place of they know something's there, and they're doing this because, man, they probably have been through another relationship that failed, and at this point, they want to know what's going on. You know, and a lot of us, let's be really honest, in 2022, man, this is the most unhealthiest we ever been. And we got to do something about it. Mm-hmm. Because when we live in a society now where every known disease is on an all-time high, and a simple diet change can fix it, there's a problem.
Wow.
And let me tell you this, I want to say this, because Be Purposely Fit and my spokesperson believe, or where it was saying that women are no longer dating unhealthy men. Well, how long did that take for women to start doing that? Women don't want to date unhealthy men.
Unhealthy in what way? Every
way. Mentally, physically.
You're talking about look physically?
Yeah. Oh, physically unhealthy men. They did a survey and they found out that women are starting to not date unhealthy men anymore. I found nothing wrong with that. Wow. I think they should waited too long. I think they waited too long. When we start to get to a point where that's in a magazine, in a women's health magazine, and women are saying, I no longer am attracted to that anymore. I don't want the man that's a big guy. I won't want an unhealed man. I don't want a man who is not responsible. I don't want a man who doesn't know this. We're moving in the direction.
But does that make it seem like they're being judgmental? Like if you meet somebody and you like this person, but they don't have the physical exterior that you're looking for, and you're trying to eat a certain way, you're trying to be a certain way, but they're settled. They're settled in what they're doing. Then you just say that's not a good match. That's not a good match.
I gotta agree with them, Chris. Let me tell you why. I have a food addiction, right? I tout this all the time. I have a food addiction. I cannot go to certain restaurants, right? If a Black Beauty, she says something all the time. She says, I don't want to be nobody's caregiver. I can't go to certain restaurants. Now, I was pre-diabetic. I was 375 pounds. Ain't nobody said nothing to me, right? You know? So nobody said anything while I was walking around with high cholesterol. You know what I'm saying? No one said anything when I was walking around popping. You know, I remember one time. And this is something. Let me get on my soapbox for a minute. I remember one time, my doctor changed my blood pressure medication 4 times. One gave me headaches, right? One almost took my sight, right? Then another one had me going to the bathroom 50 million times a day and had me dehydrated. The other one, we finally figured it out. At what point? Right? Then I had to be on something else in order for my diabetes. No one said anything. What woman wants to deal with that? All because I decided, because I wanted to sit back and eat this. Now, I'm not saying everybody. You got some people, they can eat that. But if a woman says, I no longer want to date a man who does not want to be healthy, it doesn't matter if he's on his way, then I believe that they should have been did this. This is late.
That's true. I love it. I do. But how does the woman, how are they conveying this to the man? How are they saying? How are they telling the man this without breaking the
A lot of women don't break. A lot of women just don't. A lot of women just don't get them. They just they be like, you're a nice person, and they don't do it. If she's a healed woman, she's not even going to waste that man's time. Nope. But that should be when we think about it. Women, I always say in my course that women are the kind of sort of the marker of where the world is going. They're the pulse of the world. As men, you're not being a leader if you're unhealthy. I had a conversation when I had in my men's course, right? I was talking to my men's course. I said to one of the men, he was 400 pounds, there's no way you can beat me. If I run into your house right now and you got your family sitting there, there's nothing you can do at that weight. nothing you can do. Hand to hand, there's nothing you can do. No, I can, nothing. You are considered a liability because you cannot protect your family properly. You need a weapon, you need whatever in order to do it. And you need teamwork for your family to even do that. That was me. Yeah, I was tough and I had this exterior, but I acted on my persona more than really what I was. I noticed how unhealthy I was when I started taking boxing. And I realized that, somebody can get me up out of there in 10 seconds. Do it now, we got a problem. Like now I'm drinking, this is green juice. You do it now, we got a problem. But we cannot tell women, when women say, I've had enough, because these women in their 40s are taking care of their fathers who are unhealthy. Like my homegirl's father didn't want to stop drinking. He's like, I'm gonna go out the way I want to go out. Died of liver failure. He didn't take the medication. He never went through well. My other homegirl, her husband died because he had a tooth. His wisdom tooth was so decayed that he did not want to go get it done, and it went down to his heart. You see what I mean? And this is these women
Wow.
are saying they don't want to deal with this.
I love it. That's deep. That's deep because we have to find a way to be tactful. And I think what's happening is some women address it, but some women don't. Like they don't say nothing. They just say, well, I'm not interested. You're not my type. And I think that we would be doing them a favor if we do address it, because we need to motivate them and say, well, listen, we're going down two different paths. I'm trying to be healthy. I'm trying to do this, and I don't want to change you. So, thank you for the interest, but no, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that's amazing. Now, be purposely fit. I know that you be having to work, so I'm
I'm
not
on
going to
7
keep you
days, you're good.
long. So I want to ask you, and I want to thank you. Oh, okay. I want to ask you, if you have anything particular, we didn't touch base on it, you want to touch base. There's a lot of great comments in here. Lisa, I think it was, Black Beauty did say we don't want to end up being the caregiver or having them sabotage our progress, which is good. Is it Lisa? Liza, she said it's better to be single than date an unhealthy person. Sandy said mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually, and that's true. And I know Lisa said, for me, I was stuck in life and it made me focus on myself and why I was stuck. I had enough of going around in circles and meeting the same people over and over again. And I got to the root of it. She's talking about the self-improvement program that they are over. So, guys, if you just came in, you're listening to Purpose and Resilience and Be Purposely Fit. There's an arrow on the top. Make sure you follow them so you can find information about the Purpose and Resilient program that you can get on the waiting list for. Right now, they're taking names for the waiting list. It's an online course. But Be Purposely Fit on the left is a personal trainer that you can definitely contact now, and she can help you while you're on that journey. She can do a meal plan, she can do a consultation, she can get you on your way, and she can help you to get started. Or if you just need some redirection, she can help you with that. And they've been sharing some amazing progress that has already been made by many of the students who previously took the course, and those are the students that you're seeing in the comments. So you're seeing the fruits of the labor right now before your very eyes if you're reading the comments. So any closing comments that you would like to tell the people, both of you, in regards to the program, in regards to the fitness, in regards to everything? I was
going to just piggyback on what Joe said earlier about like no one said anything to him when he was overweight or unhealthy. The same with me. Like I said, I was on a heart monitor. I had to have a stress test done. Like I felt like I was going to have a heart attack. But when I got into the fitness, people are like, when I was prepping for the show, they're like, don't get too skinny. Don't get too this. I'm like, you weren't worried about me when I was hooked up to a heart monitor or when I had to go have a sleep study test done. You know what I'm saying? So do what makes you happy, what makes you feel better about yourself. Don't listen to, like I say, I turn all the negative into something positive. If somebody tells me don't do this and I know it's to better me, I'm going to do it. Go work out. Don't let nobody talk you out of not going and working out, because trust me, they will. And, you know, as far as like you saying, dating people that are unhealthy, you know, that's another way, you know, hey, I'm going to the gym. Oh no, we can go out and have chicken wings. We can go out and do this, do that. No, my workout's gonna come before anything that I do.
Yeah.
You have to be strong. You have to be strong. I went out today, and it was so funny that you talking about this because I dealt with that today, and I was so proud of myself because I ordered the salad. You know, I ordered everything, and I got some water. It is definitely a challenge. You have to be disciplined when people take you to these restaurants, and you have to stand up. And it's so funny because some of the things y'all said tonight, I was like, wow. You know, my subconscious was feeling exactly everything that y'all said, but I was looking for a nice way to put it and other way to put it. But that's exactly what it is. That's the root of it. When you meet somebody and you think you might be attracted to them for something else, but you know deep down in your core where you're trying to go because you're on a journey for your own self, do not compromise that.
Yeah.
Stick to your gut. Stick to your gut. See, I was dealing with this today, y'all. I'm telling you, I was dealing with this today because I've been single for a long time. This person, he got all the other, he got, you know, check over here, check, 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 check. But there was something. And when I said that tonight, I was like, wow.
You want me to scare you, Crystal?
That's it. That's what it was. That was
You want me to scare you, Crystal?
Go right ahead.
Okay, I got a good friend of mine, right? And I think I told Be Purposely Fit this. I have a great friend of mine, right? I was about to say her name. Her husband is in a coma right now because he had a heart attack. Right now. He's been in a coma for 6 months. Do you know why? He had a heart attack. You know what he was doing and she's gonna kill me, but no, she's not. No, she wants me to spread this message. In the truck that he was in, there's cameras all in the delivery trucks, right? He was eating pizza. His cholesterol, his main artery was clogged. No, I need y'all to understand how bad you gotta be for your main artery to your heart to be clogged. You see what I mean? And now here's the crazy part. She is, if I show her a picture, she is at the highest fitness level. She used to beg him to do it. Now, oh, he got money. He got this. He got whatever. He got all the money. He got this and that. None of that matters. He had erectile dysfunction at a young age. That you're telling me that a woman is supposed to sign up for that? I mean, I'm just being real. At some point, here's the thing. There is, if you live under a rock, then you would not understand and see the signs that are going on in the world. They just did 2 years ago. They just did something on I don't want to say the name of what's the name, how the chicken wasn't even real. And it said this. I'm saying this. At some point, and this is the greatest time to be healthy, because you cannot afford the processed food anymore, because a bag of chips costs $5, but a piece of fruit costs 89 cents. So if any other time that you need to be in the gym, any other time that you need to be there, there's no excuse. And I would never expect a woman to settle for a man, settle for me if I'm not where I need to be. No woman wants to be a caregiver because you obligate a woman to be with you. You obligate that woman to sit there and not to be with you because you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Now, if you are on the path of healthiness and it does happen, it is more tolerable for her because she understands you on that path. Like, prime example, my son is 16 years old, right? We just found out he had high blood pressure. We just found out he had high blood pressure. You know what I did? I came home and threw away all the salt. Oh, you get no salt now. This is your salt now. This is what you're going to put on your food. I don't play. Oh, no, we're not doing that. Nah. You work out. When you wake up in the morning, you go to gym with me. If you love somebody, you do that. But why does a woman
Yes.
who's out on her purpose and doing her fitness and doing her health have to deal with that? Why does a man have to deal with that? When it's a simple walk around the block, eat some fruit instead of chips. A simple thing. You can make chips. You can do this. Black Beauty, she knows how to make fruit chips and how to make dehydrating chips. She knows how to do all these things. These things are simply just switches. You know, you don't even have to eat all that processed food. So why does a woman have to sacrifice her journey, her health and fitness journey, to be with you? Or why does a man have to do that? So I tell people.
Now we up 1982. I see your request. I don't know if you follow me. I don't know if I follow you. Put your question in the question box. I had an incident last week where I cammed up somebody that I didn't know it was somebody masturbating. So I really am reluctant to bring somebody up that I don't know. Like I'm looking on my other device to see. So if you have a question, put it in the question box. I'm not familiar with you or anybody that you follow. So I apologize. Send me a message. Put the question in the question box. I thank you so much for being here. But I can't take a chance and cam somebody up that I don't know out here on this internet these days, because it's crazy out here, these IG streets. You got to really be on your P's and Q's for people, because they will come up. Hey, Capo, thank you for joining. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about how you have to have a healthy mate. This is like so deep, because so it's like you have to have a conversation with people. When you meet them, you have to have a conversation with them about their health and their decisions. You got to talk to them about, ask them about their medical history almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, or have a conversation at least to find out if you are on the same path. It's not about looks anymore. It's not about, oh, he's fine. It's not about that anymore. It's so much bigger, because they will distract you away from where you're going. And you have to have somebody who is trying to do what you're trying to do. If you're trying to live longer, if you're trying to eat right, you cannot be in a relationship with somebody who is always trying to take you to a fast food restaurant or trying to get you to cook them something and do something, and you have to shop and get all that stuff. Yeah. That's chaos. That's chaos. So that's deep, man. Somebody said, you said I can't type because I'm driving, but we follow each other on Instagram. Okay. I'm trying to. Okay, hold on. I got you.
I mean, but I got it's easy. Fruit is amazing. A lot of times, people don't understand the reason why they are reluctant to be healthy is because of indoctrination. You've been indoctrinated to eat this way, and when you realize that you can't, you don't supposed to eat that way. You know what I'm saying? You start to be better. You know what I'm saying? I ask questions before we even talk. I need to know, where you at as your fitness goals, where you at as far as your credit score, where you at as far as your finances, where you at as far as the things that you need to do in your life. We're not going to have no conversation about no relationship, and I'm not asking this stuff that I'm going to inherit. I'm not going to do that. And I think women and men, they need to do that. We be talking about so much silly stuff that don't make any sense. You need to be asking the right questions on how you need to, what you got to inherit. I need to know where your kids at, what kind of grades they get. If I'm gonna be with you, got children, where they going, where their dad at, where their mama at. What type of relationship you got with your children, what type of relationship you got with your co-parent. Is it a codependency relationship? Is she calling you all the time for everything? These are the things that you need to be asking, not if she cover you, or they believe in God, or if they believe in this and that. If they, you know what I'm saying, silly stuff. You need to be asking real questions, man. The stuff you about to inherit. I need to see your credit score. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I need to see these things. You need to be asking real questions. You need to be providing. This is right at the point when you decide that y'all want to be in a relationship. How many times you go to gym? Can I see your gym regimen? Can I see what you eat? You need to be observing when you going out to dinner. What is he picking? Is if he anything like me? I'm like, hey, can I have everything on the side? And I'm pulling out a food scale because I got a food addiction. I ain't trying to go back to gaining no 100 pounds. So this is what I'm saying about where people got to be. Are you serious about dating, or are you just talking? You know what I'm saying? They were about
Somebody said
before you even get in the bed. How you are
said before you screw.
before you do anything.
That's good right there because a lot of times people jump in the bed too much. It's all about the physical. I'm gonna say this: the mature individuals can handle what we're talking about. The young millennials, Gen X.
I don't know about that one though, because they do.
When you start talking about baby boomers and up, you think so?
Yeah, a lot of my Gen X, a lot of my young folks, they be on their purpose.
Mm-hmm.
They be on their stuff. They be like, yo, I ain't dealing with you. You guys, they know this stuff. My nephews and my nieces and nephews, they be like, hey, yo, yeah, I ain't messing with her. I'm like, oh, she seemed like she cool. Then he was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't deal with her because she did this, she did that. They don't play. But they're the ones who kind of exposed all of this. You know what I'm saying? They eat right. You know what I'm saying? You know, so.
Oh, excellent. I see you said you work out 4 times. Did you have a question? Put it in the question box because I'm about to bring this to a close. I want to respect Be Purposely Fit time. I usually try to do an hour, but we really got into some deep conversation.
No, you're
good.
good.
Go over a little bit because what
You're
Joe
good.
is talking about. Oh, okay. So I just, if anybody has any questions, you can feel free to put it in the box because here's the thing. What we're talking about is so true. If you're out here dating, if you're out here with someone and y'all are not on the same path, you are cooking one meal and you're having to cook another one for them, you know, that's one thing if you're already in a house together. But if you're newly dating in a new relationship, you can customize that. You can find the person who is already looking for what you're looking for, and that will eliminate all that. Do y'all agree? Find a person that wants what you want, so you don't have to go through those unnecessary changes. Really do your research. That's what we're talking about, doing your research. Find out what they want, where they're going, where they've been. And if they don't want to answer the question, Joe, men sometimes, you know, brothers, they don't want to reveal that stuff up front. So what would you tell the ladies about how to ask these questions? What's the best approach?
It's easy. Give it time. See, first of all, women don't have to ask. You don't have to ask anything. And you should never ask questions. Never. I tell women all the time in my thing. The problem with women in the dating circle is y'all ask too many damn questions. So that means you're not observing. See, here's the thing. Here's the secret. I'm going to teach y'all a secret. I'm going to give y'all a secret, right? If you do less talking and more observing, you can see everything you want. The problem with women is your questions can be lies. But yet, if I'm looking at
the answer,
and so if I'm looking at you over there, right? You telling me you do this and you do this and that. So if I ask you a question, well, how many times you work out a day? I work out twice. Okay. But how are you working out twice when I'm on the phone with you all day? You see what I mean? But if I sit down and I observe you, it tells me 100% about what you do. Women ask too many questions. You should never ask questions. You should observe. You should say, hey, I'm going to the gym. And if he say, call me when you leave, and he keeps saying that, and he doesn't say, damn, baby, can I come? Women have to stop. I tell women to stop asking questions. Stop observing. When you go out to eat, look at what he eat. Just look. Just like, oh, you full of shit.
Somebody said, ask, what do your family call you? Luquan said, I feel this conversation is needed. My son is 21, and I'm astounded about his depth on topics that I'm just addressing. Yeah, there are some very wise and very intellectual young adults these days that are up on a lot of this
That's
stuff.
why I tell people,
and they can educate us.
And that's why I sit there and I listen. When I go out, I tell everybody, I go out, I never ask questions. I never ask not one question. I have a conversation with you and I see what you do because guess what? I want to see you relax. If I ask you, go in the gym, if I tell a woman, yeah, when the last time you've been to the gym, you know what she's going to send me? A bunch of gym pictures. Because she's trying to convince me as to who I am. But if I be quiet and I say, hey, I'm going to the gym. All right, I'll holler at you when I get back. If I be quiet and I observe, then I know everything is straight. I'm observing you, you comfortable. That's why I say people don't want to date me, because I will figure you out with every conversation I talk to you. If I hear conversations about your past, if I hear conversations about some dude, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to stop me from sitting here noticing you. You want me to put you in a better light, and I won't do that. I listen more than I never ask questions, because it could be lies. It could be lies. You listen
more than you talk.
If a dude, you come here and you ask, let me tell you, I told this young lady to do this. I said, tell the man the doctor told you that you pre-diabetic. See what he said. And she said, no, Joe. I said, just see what he said. Just tell him the doctor told you that you're pre-diabetic. See what he said. She said, okay. She told him. He said, oh, okay. Well, I'm pre-diabetic too.
What?
You see what I just did?
You've been pre-diabetic all this time? What?
And I said, no. So she said, yeah. And then say, baby, I got to do something about it. And wait. Oh, baby, you ain't got to worry about that. That's not the dude for you then. I tell people, just sit there and listen. Even though she is. And she said, Joe,
wow,
I should have never asked that question. Because now in her mind, she knows that he's not the one for her. Because why would you know if a doctor told you you're this? You could change that. You could do this. You don't have to ask questions. Just give scenarios. Oh, you know what? I really want to bring my credit score up. It's the truth if that's what it is. See what he say. Oh, don't worry about it. You know he ain't that.
You already got a house, so you already got a car.
I be telling people.
Yes, we do.
I tell people all the time, like, man, I teach in my class. The first thing I say to everybody who joins my course, you talk too much. You talk too much. You ask too many questions. You're asking too many questions and not observing someone in their natural habitat. Why do you think I don't think people, and I'm gonna help y'all. What y'all women need to look at the Discovery Channel, and you see people when they're watching animals in their natural habitat, they're being very quiet and they're from a distance and they're talking really low, looking through we're looking through binoculars. Why are they doing that? Because they don't want the animals to know that they're being watched. They want to see them in their natural habitat when they're comfortable. It's the same with humans.
Wow.
The same thing with humans. If you sit there and you just wait and you let that person go in their natural habitat, they'll tell you every single thing you need to know about them. If you observe them, you shut your mouth, stop asking questions, and observe them in their natural habitat. Not with people, not with you asking questions, because the mind starts to say, what answer do I need to give her in order for her to be satisfied? When I say, you know what, I really want to get my credit score up. Oh, shoot, I ain't got to worry about that. I ain't worried about no credit score. Then it tells you a lot about the person. It will show you every single thing you need to know. It ain't manipulation. It's the truth. You have to look at life and you got to look at people in a compatibility standpoint. Weigh out your risk when you're with someone. If I date a woman, let's say I date a woman with a child, I need to weigh out where is that child and assess my risk, how much I'm going to pay for this child. What do I need to do with this child? Where that child is in their life. Where is the father of that child? Do I need to have a relationship with that father and that child? If it isn't no relationship, who is the man in their life? What do I need to do? You need to weigh out the risk. But love is a variable. But when you talk about things that are concrete, health-wise, I need to look in your mouth and see your teeth. I need to understand. I need to see the last time you've been to the doctor. What did they say? Have you had an HIV test? You don't know those things
Mm.
until you understand.
Yes.
Until
Yes.
you get it. You got to ask these questions. You got not. You don't have to
Yeah.
ask these questions. You have to observe. If a man is on his
Yeah.
purpose, I said this the other day. If a man is not on his purpose, and you got a bunch of women, he's not on his purpose. That doesn't. It's impossible. We don't live in long days. You only got 24 hours in a day, and you got to sleep 8 of those. So if he's dealing with dating on multiple women, or if he's talking about submission, and if he's not talking about his purpose in any conversation he's with, he is not excited about something. Men have to be excited about something. If he doesn't have his purpose,
Yeah, Joy.
then that man is not somebody you want, because his vision is not higher than his own eyes. You can't come in and tell me, well, Jesus, God said this, and God, man, I don't want to hear that. I want to hear what in the world your purpose and where your vision at, and where's your dream at for the second part of your life. Where are you at in your life? Because I don't need you to take me back. And if you sit back there and you deal with that type of man, that man will be able to help you. Don't tell me about Jesus and what God did, because all of that is fluff. I'm talking about what can happen in 2022. Where is your vision? Where is your purpose? I'll share with you. I got to
Yes.
be
And
purposely fit. Get on your purpose. You don't have to be. You need to do this. This is what you need to do.
yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yes. And that, yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. So what you just saw, what you just heard, if you are just popping in here, you're listening to Purpose and Resilience, I need you to hit the arrow on the top. I need you to follow him. He has a course, a self-improvement course that will help you if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. If you are not strong enough and you don't stand your grounds and you need some help, you want to register in his course, because you hear how he is, and he will help you to get stronger. He will help you to do what you need to do to stand up for yourself, to put you first. He will help you do that. We wanted him to come, and we thank you, Joe, for coming in and giving us that, because now you let people see just what they have to look forward to when they get in this course. You're looking at a young lady who already went through the course. She's been through it. She gave us some tips on how you can get fit, how you can do everything. Man, I just want to thank you two for coming in, man. I'm not going to keep y'all no longer, because I know how
Thank
you
you.
feel. I know you're in pain. I know how my body feels. I know I need to get me some water and do a couple of things before this night goes. And I just want to say, man, thank you so much. If you are just coming in, I really need you to go back and do the replay. I really need you to go back and do the replay. We touched on so many
Hey,
things,
H, what's going
and
on?
I need you to share.
That's enough. That's one of the first
Share
males
this.
that graduated my course right there.
Oh yeah, love it. That Ace
Ace
Haley,
Haley. He's an actor.
that
He's
Ace.
an actor.
Oh
That
wow,
guy's gonna be the
you
next
had a
Denzel
male.
Washington. Watch.
Wow,
He's gonna be
wow.
the next Denzel Washington. He
Yes.
graduated my course.
Be be purposely fit. I know you weren't feeling that well, so I'm gonna end this live, because I know how it is when you carried it out. You followed through. Definitely. And Joe, I just appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. Heard it. You heard another episode of Story Time, and we want you to just keep coming back, man. Next week we have a great one for you again. What's today's date? Today is I got so many people, boy. I tell
Hey,
you,
thank you, Joe.
next Sunday we're going to be doing some stuff for you. Be on the lookout. I'll post it. Just be on the lookout, and you'll find out. Oh, we're gonna be talking about removing some toxins. We're gonna be talking about removing toxins this Sunday with Dina, as a matter of fact. So we're gonna be talking about removing toxins from your body, guys. And we got some stuff coming up. We have a couple people, man. We have so much. We have a young lady that is being nominated for a couple of awards. We got so many things coming up. We booked out all the way till July. Joy, thank you so much. I see you in here. We're going to get you in July. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for popping in
Thank you, Joy.
tonight and listening in to this episode. If you're just coming in, we are closing this segment out. You missed a good one. I need you to go back and do the replay. If you have a long drive, press play, listen, do the replay. It'll bless you. It'll bless you. You want to do the replay. Closing comments in summation. What you want to leave the people with?
Just get out there, find your purpose, get in the gym. I mean, it's therapy. Just get out there. It's baby steps. I mean, as far as like eating wise, you don't have to stop cold turkey. Just like substitute stuff. Like he said, fruit instead of chips. Domino's pizza, instead of Domino's pizza, they have cauliflower pizza. I mean, you have to find that balance. Take baby steps. I mean, if you really want it, you'll go out and do it. And once you get into it, it'll be an addiction and it'll come natural.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Joe, any closing comments?
First, I want to thank you for letting me come on. I want to tell everybody this, and I'll leave you with this. You only get out of life what you put in it. And a lot of people like to distract you from your purpose and your journey. One day off of your journey is just like an airplane, right? If an airplane doesn't stay the course, just 1 degree over to the left or right can put that airplane's destination and its destination and where it's supposed to be off over 100 miles. Just 1 decimal. That's all it needs. 1 degree to the left or right can throw that entire airplane off its destination 100 miles. So think about that when you're on your journey and where you at. 1 distraction can throw you off of your purpose and your journey for years. Mm-hmm. So when you talk about getting in the relationship, you talking about family and people using you, people doing this and that. You think about that distraction. It can throw you off 100 days, 200 days, 300 days, and sometimes 20 years. So just think about that for a second. That's it.
Wow. Ray Diva, I'm so sorry. I see you just joined us. Girl, you got to go back and do the replay. We appreciate you all. My name is Crystal Bodie Smith. My mission is to stir up the gift, instill hope, and save life. We are out of here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody, for coming through. Share the live.
Well, I'll be going live. I'll go live
on Sunday at 9 p.m. All right.
Good night. Thank you.